Hey, everybody, Dr. Meri Crouley. I am here at the Restore Freedom Rally, and I'm actually with the president of a country. He was actually one of the speakers yesterday, and his name is Vit. I can't pronounce his last name, but he is the president of Liberland. It's a country that is in, he's going to talk all about it. But I am so happy to have you on the program today.
It's amazing to be with you, Meri.
Yeah, so you were one of the speakers. I actually was also a speaker, but they showed my film called Freedom Cry, Sex Trafficking in America. And then I spoke as well. But you spoke, in the afternoon. So why don't you share like this concept when you came up with the country and a little bit about Liberland?
Back in 2015, we were looking for a place where to start a country, and we selected a special date, the birthday of Thomas Jefferson, to start it. We were looking through all the territories in the planet that are not claimed by anybody, any country, and there were quite a few of them left. And we selected the one that was in Europe, that was kind of culturally close to my birthplace. I was born close to Prague in Czech Republic, and 6 hours away or 7 hours away by car, there is this territory between Croatia and Serbia, which is now called Liberland. And we were expecting that maybe 20,000 people would sign up for citizenship in like first year, and we got them actually in first day. And then by the end of the week, we had 200,000 people.
So 20,000 people the first day signed up.
Yes, it was pretty amazing how much interest in general Liberland generated. And the idea was, and it's simple. We just want to start the freest country in the world and use the latest technologies to build it. So we are combining the best out of the blockchain world and cryptocurrency world with best ideas, constitutional ideas of the past in a very, I would say, smart system of management of Liberland. And we are just about to go live with all of that on 13th of February.
Wow. So this is historic, being at the Restore Freedom Rally. I've got the president of Liberland. Now, where did you get the name?
Liberland is Liberty Land. It's fairly easy. Friend of mine, Meri, George, he actually helped me to establish that, and he also helped us with the flag. But right now, I'm pushing Liberland mostly on my own. Last 8 years, we're going to celebrate the 9th anniversary. We're now a community of more than 740,000 people around the world. And after all these years, Liberland is finally settled. Like the fact that Liberland was not claimed didn't mean that it was easy to access. Actually, our neighbors made it a little bit difficult to access the territory for 8 years, but we broke that. And we managed to finally get there on 6th of August last year. So it's kind of exciting situation in which we are now free to build in Liberland, and we are ready to build. And we want to bring at least 2,000, 4,000 people to permanently live in Liberland this year.
So when you said your neighbors, other countries surrounding you, they made it difficult, what kind of things did they do?
Well, they were arresting people for no reason on the borders for illegally exiting Croatia. So in a way, they were right, but it's like a Berlin Wall. Like you were trying to escape from the communist part of the world into the free world, and you get arrested directly on the border for not leaving Croatia legally. So that was what was happening. But then I actually last year, I met President of Croatia, and I think that helped quite a lot. Croatia also joined Schengen, which was a great game changer, which made it much more difficult for them to do strange things on their borders. And we also managed to get a fairly big coverage. There is a Nico O Milana video. If you put Nico Liberland into YouTube, you can see a video that has more than 10 million views, how he managed to successfully enter Liberland and stick the flag in the middle of it, despite the Croatia's resistance. And that also made quite a big news globally and made a huge pressure on Croatia.
And what was the name of that video to look at?
If you just put Nico, Niko, Liberland into YouTube, you will find it very easily.
Niko in Liberland. Wow. Okay. And YouTube, when we'll find 10 million views.
Yeah.
Kind of was a shot in the arm for you. That's awesome. So let's say there's people. So what, in order to become a citizen of Liberland, what do people need to do?
Well, people have two opportunities now. They can become part of it by donating $10,000 and becoming citizens. And we have a very special deal for the people on this conference that they get a whole family citizenship for that. But they also get the merits. So they become the part of the community. They become true owners of their country, which I think is very exciting, because we are the first country in the history that just does not have a voluntary taxes, which is also a great new concept, but we're actually giving something back whenever you pay them or whenever you donate to the country. So people are literally owning their country. And I think this is important evolutionary step that we needed to solve in order to move our human society a bit further.
So it's $10,000, but for a family, is there a maximum? Some people, what if you have a family of 12?
It's the close family members, so spouse and children.
But I know some people that have families.
I think it's a great opportunity to get a lot of people to become
That's
liberal.
right.
If you have a
Okay.
big family, you've got a great bonus now.
Well, my dad and mom had 7 kids. We were raised Catholic. So it's, a lot of families that I grew up with had, in fact, one gentleman down the street and his wife, they had 16 kids, 3 sets of twins.
Whoa.
He was a police officer too. It's like,
Nice.
wow. But anyway, great. Well, so where can they go to find out more information?
Well, it's liberland.org. It's the easiest way to do there is to just sign up or become initially, for example, a resident. That just costs $100. It's not expensive. And you get a nice ID card that you can also already use for quite a few services, including Liberland Market and opening Liberland Business. That's the easiest way, really, to just go online and sign up, just like another 730,000 people did. And when we grow our nation to a couple of millions, and we actually have people living in Liberland permanently, it's going to be a completely different story this year, because we will be a serious country.
So right now, is there anybody living in Liberland?
Yes, people are living there, and there is another way to get citizenship during winter. We actually give citizenship for 1 week help, active week help. And at the end of March, we're changing it to 3 weeks. So people have to come to Liberland for 3 weeks in order to earn their citizenship.
So that's an equivalent of $10,000. They're basically...
They are not getting exactly the same value like the people that get the $10,000. They only get as many shares of Liberland as they earned through their help during those 3 weeks in Liberland. But some people that are very effective, they can make up to $10,000 in those 3 weeks.
Wow. This sounds like an opportunity. Now, the people, they can become citizens, but they don't necessarily have to live in Liberland too.
Yes, you can do it completely online. You just decide, I would like to support this activity. I donate $10,000 for creation of Liberland. You can do it from your home right away.
Okay.
And you get all the documents, by the way, in like 3 weeks.
So when they go on to liberland.org, is there a place to donate then?
Yes, contribute. If you just follow up the registration steps, you can directly get the citizenship, or you can also go to donate. And if you're signed in, then all the donations are going to your account. We account for every single help that Liberlanders are giving to the country.
So technically, a lot of people have dual citizenship.
Yeah.
So they would, wherever country they're from, like I'm, of course, from the America. So if I became, a citizen of Liberland, I'd also be dual citizenship of Liberland.
Yes, and there is no problem in that. It's quite exciting to actually have more citizenships, because more citizenships, you have more freedom. American citizenship is a bit difficult because you have to pay taxes globally, but otherwise that is very much the truth. But sometimes people try to get rid of U.S. citizenship because they have to pay the taxes on their global income, which is not very convenient for some people.
Well, but now they're opening the borders, so they're letting anybody into America by design, as we know. So now let's go. We're just doing short interviews here. I'm here on location in Orlando, Florida, at the Restore Freedom Rally, and I actually spoke yesterday, and Vit spoke yesterday as well. And so we've got a whole nother day, but tomorrow there's actually going to be a free. Well, actually, it's Monday. We might not upload this till later, but there'll be some information online that you can literally find out about how to not pay as many taxes as people have been paying. So we'll put that information on the bottom of the screen that you can go to Payman, who has Freedom Law School, that you can find out about that as well. So anyway, in closing, you're the president of this country. And so where did this first come up? I mean, I'm sure growing up, did you have a dream of like being, was it always about freedom for you?
Yeah, pretty much. I read the book by Frederic Bastiat when I was 13, which is called The Law. It's an amazing book, by the way.
What's it called?
The Law.
The Law. Okay.
Frederic Bastiat, the French member of the parliament 250 years ago, like similar guy like Thomas Jefferson, but for French.
Okay.
Kind of forgotten, unfortunately, but I read his book, and my whole life changed around, because the whole book starts with the call to action. The law has gone wrong. Instead of protecting people's property, it's stealing property from them,
Yes.
and it's your duty to do something about it. So I decided, okay, let's try to make sure that we fix that we fix the laws in my country. And I figure out after some time people actually like that system of subsidies and welfare,
Mhm.
and it's very difficult to convince them to change it to some better system. And at some point I also realized that we basically have to start a new country to be able to implement these principles.
And so then this is where it's sovereignly, I mean, I believe that God is sovereignly directing our footsteps, but it all starts with a dream. And it also starts with taking action. So when did it start kind of coming together for you?
Well, really, it was 2014, 2015, and it was obvious we're doing it at the beginning of 2015. We found a spot, and we were just ready to go. And I actually postponed it a couple of weeks in order to match the Thomas Jefferson birthday, because I really believe he did a great job for United States and for the whole world.
Yes.
The Declaration of Independence is a great document, which was, of course, inspiration for us as well.
Right. And so, you found this land, but technically, did you have to buy it? I mean, it was just kind of land that was unincorporated. Nobody
It
had
was
really.
completely unclaimed, and it's still not claimed by anybody else, a part of Liberland.
And so you just claimed it.
Yeah, we went there, we stick the flag, we said this is Liberland, kind of old romantic way.
It's like coming to America, Columbus, and saying, we claim this land. Wow, this is an amazing story. So now, as we finalize it here, we'll have you on in the future, more of a better program, more that we have better access to internet and things. But so now if people want to actually move to Liberland, like you said, can people purchase land there, or how do they go about that?
Yeah, well, everybody that becomes citizen with the minimum amount of donation also gets 500 meters of land that they can settle inside of Liberland. So that's the easiest way.
Wow. So how many is that? Like I'm from America, so I don't really think in liters.
Yeah. Well,
is that like
it's like a
acre?
Yeah, it's like an acre. Yeah.
Okay, like an acre. Wow. This is a good deal. You get to be a citizenship, but you also get to get land.
Yes.
Now you have the option if you want to build on the land or use the land. I mean, at the time, but you're actually given a deed or something?
We actually give the deed once you build something on their plot. So something that is rentable. We don't expect everybody to build there and stay there forever. But of course, it's nice that people actually started doing that. But if you go there, build there something, and it's rentable, then we consider that your plot then.
But now there is a few little, I was just listening at lunch. Somebody was saying the land is kind of low land and it has potentially flooding capabilities.
Yeah, well, you have to either build on, what do you call it, piles. That's one option. Basically, make a garage under your house that can get flooded in the worst case scenario, or you can build basically pontoons, and
like the
whole houseboat goes up and down with the water. But more than 1/3 of Liberland doesn't go underwater, even under extreme circumstances. So there is a safe place where you can also build without having problems with the flooding.
Well, see, I live in California, and you see, of course, we have earthquakes, a lot of different weather, challenges as well. So
it's not a big deal if you are ready for it, right? It's like, okay, like you take your car to the parking lot that is a little bit higher, and you just make sure that you don't leave much furniture downstairs in the first floor where you're expecting the flooding, and usually it's gone in 2 or 3 days. We had the biggest flooding in the last 20 years in Liberland, actually 2 weeks ago. So we really got hit hard by it. But on the other hand, we survived it, and there was no problem. We just supplied everybody with the ships and made sure that there was enough food and shelter with houseboats.
Wow, this is an amazing story. Young man, reads a book, inspires him, wants to own a country. Now he's the president of a country called Liberland. It's all about liberty, because one of his heroes, Thomas Jefferson, and the book he read inspired him. So this is why this is so important. What a great story. So once again, go to www.liberland, LIBER, land, LAND.org, which is on the screen, and you can purchase again, you can become a citizen for $10,000.
Yes.
And you also
right
get-
now it applies for the whole family, but people have to use you as a referral.
Yeah, my promo code is my promo code is Meri, and it's right in the middle of America.
Yeah.
Actually, God told me that. My last name is with a C, Crouley. And I was in prayer one day, Vit, and the Lord said to me, your name's right in the middle of America. And I went, Ameriic. I go like, wow, it is. And then he said, well, he speaks to us through our thoughts. And he said to me, from sea to shining sea, you're going to help bring forth liberty.
Nice.
And so I'm just telling you, right in the middle of America, use my promo code Meri and become a citizenship of Liberland. But see, I always tell people you have to pray. God might tell you, I want you to be a citizen. You know, he so often talks in the Bible, go and possess the land. This is literally possessing the land of the free, and the home of no more slaves. Right?
That's what we're doing. You know, we're I would say quite exciting nation. You know, there is not too many people vaccinated in Liberland. I can tell you that there is not too many people that fall for these crazy mainstream media narratives. Very much freedom-oriented people that usually homeschool their kids. So it's a very, very cool group of people to actually work with. Most of them crypto entrepreneurs and digital nomads. So it's a great opportunity to build new friends. Yes. And help something which is gonna, I would say, set the tone of how the countries will look like from 10 to 20 years from now. Because, of course, if we build a better model, it will swallow the old model. And it's the much better way than to try to fight the old system, is to really start building new things.
Maybe we'll even have a film studio in Liberland.
It'll be lovely. And we're already working on it, by the way.
I actually launched Destiny Film Studios this week. And, you know what I mean? That's one of the things I talked about here, that we were going to build a studio to rival Disney and call it Destiny. And the slogan is capture the dream. We're taking back the dreams that the enemy has stolen and tried to take our kids, you know, the LGBT ideology, all this other stuff, be these global elites, oligarchs. We're not going to listen to their stuff. We're going to have people like Vit, who is the true president of a true nation, Liberland. Listen, thank you so much for coming on, Vit. Can they email you somewhere too? Probably on your website.
Sure. By the way, emailing me directly, it's president@liberland.org. It's fairly easy. So that's quite easy. And just if you sign up on the website, there is a Peter actually with us. He's in charge of citizenships, and he will definitely get back to you right away after you make the sign up.
Well, anyway, thank you, Vit, for coming on. Thanks for watching. Now is the time. Remember, it is time to take action. As I'm in LA and Hollywood area, and we're creating content to change the culture through the films and the music that we create. That's what they do. I mean, right now they've tried to really, you know, conform our society through their images, you know, and the things that they want to do, but we're taking it back. And so help take back the land and become part of the Liberland sovereign nation and become a citizenship. I mean, just be directed, but if you really feel a strong inclination, I say just do it. I don't think you can lose.
I think it's a great opportunity for Americans to have a second citizenship, and Liberland passport is more and more recognized. We just came back from Dominican Republic. We have a deal in Haiti. I was in El Salvador. We're moving forward in Argentina. So it's a great opportunity to really also have a chance to not just turn to U.S. Embassy in some places, but also visit the Liberland Embassy and chat with your fellow Liberlanders wherever you are around the world. We are in more than 80 countries now around the world. We have active diplomatic presence.
Wow, 80 countries. Well, and like I said, this is the launch of something big. And God told me it's going to be the greatest show on earth. So he's going to show up and show off. So anyway, I can't wait. I want to come to Liberland. Maybe I'll even be a citizen. You never know.
Amazing. I would love to have you as a citizen.
Okay. Well, thanks for watching. God bless you. We'll see you soon. Please subscribe and share this with others. Thanks for watching.